Again, the actual app loaded quicker on the HTC, but the chats and everything loaded up slightly quicker on the iPhone. Now, last but not least, let's go for Instagram. We're just doing the really popular apps here, so Instagram next. Again, slightly quicker on the HTC for that one. So what we're going to do next, I've downloaded the Ookla speed test app on both devices, and we will see what the actual internet download speeds are going to be like on both. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because the HTC has got 802.11 AC capabilities, whereas the iPhone only has N, up to N. So we'll see. I've got an AC router downstairs, so we'll get to see if it's any faster, if it's something you're going to notice when you're downloading files. So we'll begin the test, and we'll see how it goes on both devices. Now you see the test has actually started off much quicker on the HTC. The iPhone's still testing the ping, isn't quite there yet. Now you see, because they're both running, obviously the speed has dropped slightly. And what's surprising here is you'll see that this one topped out at 29 megabits per second downloads, and the iPhone is struggled to get anywhere near 15. Now the upload hasn't actually started on this one yet, so let's see how that goes. So we get similar upload speeds on both, maximum of around 8 megabits per second. It's gone up to 9 on the HTC now. So what we'll do now is we're going to restart this test, and we're going to restart it with both phones doing it individually. We'll do it so that only one of the phones is using the network at the same time. So we'll start off with the HTC, and we'll see how it does without the iPhone trying to do it at the same time. In this instance, the HTC got up to almost 28 megabits per second. Uploads again somewhere between 7 and 9 megabits per second. So we're just getting up to about 9 megabits per second again on the HTC. We'll start the iPhone again. So you will notice that actually, because of the AC speeds on the HTC M8, you will notice that you do get a much faster connection. You've got almost 28 megabits per second downloads, and the iPhone is around 20. But that's, I mean, obviously you'll get different results depending on how fast your wireless network actually is, but that is the kind of difference you can expect to see because of the wireless capabilities. So let's go into the browsers. We've done the speed test. We're going to Chrome on the Android device and Safari on this one. So let's try today's iPhone.com. So we've got today's iPhone.com right on the top here, and we'll see how fast they load on each device. Now, if the speed test anything to go by, then the Android device should pull the page up much faster. And you'll see it was almost instant. The one on the iPhone is still loading. I mean, the Android one is still loading, almost at the end, but it's pretty much loaded the whole page. You see I'm already scrolling through. iPhone is still loading. Now, just in case that was simply my actual today's iPhone blog being a little bit slow, we'll go to the Apple site and see if that's any quicker. You see again, it loaded much faster on the HTC. And if we open up a page within the blog, within the site, see that this time the iPhone loaded the full page quicker. The Android phone hasn't loaded all the images quite yet. Seems to be struggling a little bit with that. So we'll go to Facebook.com and we'll see how quickly that loads. So what you'll notice within the two is that obviously Apple's animations when you actually load up the apps are slightly slower than Android's. That's not really anything to do with the power of the devices, but it can make a difference in day-to-day life. I know plenty of people that love iPhone and love iOS, and they just don't like the fact that it takes so long to get the animation to load the app up in the first place. In a lot of cases, the Android device will appear quicker. Actually, in web browsing, and specifically when you're using the wireless network, you should notice that the HTC One is quicker at downloading files, it's quicker at browsing, and that's because it has wireless AC built in as standard. And if you've got a router that's compatible, that will not only boost your signal but also your speed, and that does make a difference in day-to-day life. I've been Cam. If you have any questions, I'm at TIP_Cam on Twitter. I'll see you again soon.